Hi, I'm Clara. I'm one of the co-founders of Homebot Ireland, and today I'm going to talk to you about the Spritz and the Dottie robots. So Spritz and Dottie robots are both essentially the same robot, but they come with different home bases. Spritz comes with a charger, whereas Dottie comes with a built-in charger and a self-emptying base. So this is very handy for people who intend to use their robot when they're at work. So the robot can come back, empty the dust into a bag in here, and then continue on about its job. And then with the Dottie machine, there's a couple of things. So you need to plug in your wire, which would be at the back of your machine, and find a power source for it. Wherever you put the home base initially is where it's best to leave it, because your robot will learn the map. If you want to move your home base, you do it at the start of a cleaning session. Don't do it halfway through, because your robot will get lost and won't know where to go back to. So once you have your home base plugged in, you'll see the light will power on. You need to make sure that your dust bag is inside the box. So it just slides in into the holder here. So you make sure that the hole is open and you just slide it in. What comes in the box is you'll get the robot itself. You get your mop attachment, your dust box. You'll get a filter. You'll get a mop, and you'll get your side brush and your home base. You want to get your robot set up. So pop out the two little things on either side. Your brush goes on here. Your filter, if you pop your dust box out, your filter just goes in here. So there's one in there already. So it just pops in there like that. So this is your dust box. For your mop, you fill up your water here. So you open that and fill it up there. A question we get asked all the time is, can I put solution in there? So you can, but you need to really pay attention to the concentrate levels that it says on the solutions bottle, because there is lots of little plastic pipes in the box. And if you go too heavy on Domestos or a flash or anything like that, it can swell the pipes inside and you'll end up with water leaks afterwards. It's not the end of the world. You can replace your box, but obviously it's an unnecessary expense. So do pay attention to the concentrate levels that is recommended for each brand. So this just pops back in here. Just pops back in like that. This is your mopping module. So your mop, again, a common mistake is people just Velcro it on there. So as it's mopping, this then starts to fall off. So there's a little ribbed edge here. You want to make sure that that slides in to the top of the mop and pulls down over like that. And that just clicks in either side. Make sure it's clicked in properly. Just give it a little wiggle to make sure that it's clicked in properly. A few things to remember with Spritz is when you are doing any maintenance or cleaning with it, always take out the tank before you turn the machine upside down. The reason for this is if you have not fully closed this properly and you leave this upside down and somebody calls you and you get called away and you leave it there, the water is slowly dripping into the electronics and you will damage the electronics inside. Again, it can be fixed, but it's just an unnecessary expense. So always remove it before you turn your machine upside down. So for general maintenance, your brush here, you want to make sure that you keep clean, because the cleaner these are, the more crumbs they'll pull in from the outside. So you have a little brush here at the edge, comes in your water tank, and you just use that just to flick out the dirt of the actual brush itself. Your wheel, make sure that it's running clear. Again, you can get little bits of hair stuck in there, so that just needs some attention from time to time. Your roller brush is very straightforward. 2 clips to open that out, and that just pops straight out. You can use your hook here. There's a blade on the inside of your hook. You can run it down the roller and cut out any hair that may be tangled. We would just use a baby wipe then, just to give the inside here a quick clean for any dirt that's left in there. Make sure there's nothing tangled around your wheels on either side. And these are your cliff sensors, 3 of them. So you just give them a wipe from time to time to make sure that it can see where the edge of a stair is and it doesn't fall off the stairs. So once you have your robot ready to go, your 2 buttons here are what can control it, or your app is what can control it. So you have a power button and you have a home button. The power button both turns it on and off, but it also will start the robot. So if you want to use this without an app, you can just pick this up, put it down in a room, press the power button, and it will clean that room for you. If you leave the door open, it'll continue out to the next room or the hall, and it'll do there as well when it's finished. okay? The home button here will send it back to its charging base all the time. So if you want to use it without an app, it's just these two buttons. That's the only thing you need. If you want to use your robot without an app and you want to switch it from vacuuming to mopping or control it, the simplest way to do that is with the back attachment. So right now, with everything attached, it is a vacuum and a mop. So what it's doing is it's sweeping the dirt from the edge into the vacuum, sucking it up and following up with the mop. But if you want it to just be a vacuum, all you do is just take that attachment off the back. Now it's solely a vacuum only, okay? You can use it through the app as well, but if you are using it manually, this is the easiest way to do it. If you want to connect it up to an app, we'll show you how to do that next. We're here with the Spritz and the Dottie robot. The two of them are the same for setup, so we'll talk about them both at the same time. You will get a quick guide with your robot, and there'll be a QR code on it to download your app. So there's a couple of steps there you can follow to download the app, or there's a manual version of how to get the app. So once you have the app downloaded, you're going to put your robot into connection mode. So you hold the two buttons together for a couple of seconds until you hear it say that it's resetting the Wi-Fi. So at that point, you would go on and you click your plus button. You say add new device in your app and the device will show up here. If it doesn't show up here, you click down to small home appliances. You slide down and you find robot vacuum here. Okay, but this has manually found it. So we're just going to click Spritz here. It's going to ask me for the Wi-Fi details. And I'm going to say, yeah, that's my password. And it's just going to load up now and connect to it. It'll tell me in a minute when it's finished connecting. So we'll just wait.
Wi-Fi connecting.
So once it's connected, it's going to say, please keep sweeping robot and charging pile together charged first. So we're letting it charge here. You would then say next. And it asks you, do you want to draw a map? So at home, you would say, yes, start drawing. And what will happen is it'll come out and it will draw the map for you. It might take an hour. It could bump into a couple of things. It's just learning the layout. And it'll come back and it'll give you a full floor plan of your room there. So right now, we're going to skip that so I can talk you through the rest of the app. So this is an old map from previous times when we've had it set up. We'll run through how you edit your maps. So this is all your rooms here. You have map edit here. You can select a no-go zone. This is where we do our no-go zones. We have the no-go zone for sweep and vacuum and a no-go zone for mop. So they're just little boxes that you can select and you can drag it to wherever it needs to go. So right now that would be no vacuuming and no sweeping, and I can take a mop one and I can place it over the top of it there as well. Okay. Once you've done that, make sure you click save, so that it saves any edits that you've done. From your map edit, you also have map custom editing. So in here, this is where you can split rooms, you can merge rooms, you can name the rooms, you can swap them around the order of which it cleans, and you can custom edit. So from here, with your custom editing, you can click in and out and you can change the settings of the cleaning for each room. So you can put them up or down on vacuum levels and on mopping levels. And again, once you've done anything, make sure you hit save. When you go back out of this, if you wanted to clean on the custom that you've just asked it for, you would hit into cleaning preferences and turn on custom mode. Otherwise, you can turn this off and it will just work according to whatever cleaning preferences you have here. So we can confirm that. Then in your menu, your main menu down here, you have options to schedule your timer. So again, you can click in, you can have it on whatever day and whatever time you want it to do. Your room manage is here. So this is where you will have different maps if you have upstairs and downstairs. We just have the one map here, so that is our home map, so we have that saved. Cleaning record, you can check where it's cleaned, how long it's cleaned. This hasn't been out in a while, so we don't have any records here. Your voice and your volume is just your languages that you want the robot to speak to you in and the volume at which it speaks in. You can remote control your robot, which my kids like to do and my husband likes to do sometimes and have robot wars. Or you can use it for cleaning a particular area if you have a stain or a spill or something like that. Your consumables are your rolling brush, your side brush, your filter. So it just tells you how long you have left before you need to replace them. You can clean all of them, and we do advise to clean them regularly. Don't wait for it to say you need a new one. The cleaner you keep your filters, the better the suction will be on the vacuums. Find your robot. If it's got lost underneath a bed or a sock or something like that, you can just click that.
Hi, here I am.
And your robot will let you know where it is. Auto carpet boost. If you want, anytime it hits a mat or a rug, for the suction to boost, you can do that. You have a child lock button. So if you have toddlers in the house that keep pressing the buttons on you, you can turn on the child lock and now the buttons won't work. And you have top up cleaning here, which means that if the battery goes dead halfway around the room, it'll come back and charge, and then it'll automatically go back out and take off from where it left off. You can turn that off if you like, but we recommend leaving it on. This is just your device information. And down here at the bottom, we have enhanced black ground passability. So what that means is this has the cliff sensors on it so that it doesn't fall down the stairs. But if you had a particularly dark rug, it could confuse that with a stair or a drop. So if you wanted to not do that and to go up onto the rug, you would just turn that on and you reduce the sensitivity of the cliff sensors. But obviously bear in mind, if you've done that and you're using it near stairs, you would just need to be extra cautious, maybe to put a no-go zone at the top of the stairs so that it doesn't confuse it. So down here you have cleaning options. You have auto, room, area sweep, and spot. So auto means that it will just do anywhere where you've left the doors open for. Then if you choose room, you can click out and you can choose the room that you want it to clean. Area sweep is you can put a box over it and you can choose a particular area that you want to do. And spot sweep is if you just have one spot where there's a stain or a spill, you just click spot, click confirm, and place your spot in the room wherever you like, wherever the dirt is.
Hi, my name is Alan. I'm one of the co-founders of HomeBot Ireland, and today I'm going to show you how to clean Dottie and a Spritz. Dottie and Spritz are the same machine. The only difference is the home stations are different. First thing you ever do with these machines before you turn them upside down is remove the storage box water tank. You do not want water to leak into the machine when it's upside down. Flip them around. Here we have the cleaning brush, which is held in with these two clips, and the cleaning brush removed. You'll find all sorts. Hair fibers will get tangled up inside here. So on the top of the dustbin, there is a little brush with a cutters in it that you can just cut any hair, anything that's tangled up inside in it, and just remove it. So just get a baby wipe and just give it a quick wipe down. It's being used regularly. It can get, in a household that has a lot of traffic in it, or pets, this will get blocked with a lot of hair. So you'd have human hair or pet hair or whatever. So the cutters is a very useful tool just to keep it clean. Baby wipe, just give the rolling surface a quick clean. And once that's done, the roller brush can be reinserted into it. So it goes in from one side into the motor and then pushes down into the other. And then just make sure that the surface is clean here. Again, give it a baby wipe down, and that can be reinserted. This side brush is removable. Just pop it up and make sure there's no hair tangled around inside it, and also just have a look and make sure all the side brushes are still attached. These do wear, so it is a good idea just to keep an eye on them. There is a spare in the box, but we sell all these spares as well. The front wheel can be removed. Just make sure there's no hair or any dirt built up inside the back. This little wheel here, if there is a lot of dirt built up inside it, you can just lift it up with a screwdriver and the wheel will come out, and you can just take any hair that's built up around it. You'll know if you need to do it that the wheel won't turn, or it's tight to turn, but it should spin nice and free. It's nice and clean, so it can be reinserted back in. Because Dottie is a self-empty machine, self-empties into its home station, the level of dirt inside in the dustbin should be very low. But what it does have is it has a filter system inside in it that does need to be kept clean. You can see when you remove the filter, there is a little fine gauze here. Just give it a wipe so any fluff or any sort of dust can get attached to it. Just keep that clean. And the filter system, bring it over to the sink and just tap it out until any loose dirt comes off it. These filters would need to be changed every 3 to 6 months. So he's nice and clean. Pop him back into the dustbin. Insert the dustbin back into the robot. As a spritz is now fully cleaned. So with the Dottie home station, if you open the lid here, you'll see the dust bag inside. So if the dust bag just gets removed, you can close the lid. If the bag is full, you can throw it away. Or if it's half full, what you can do is just pack it back a bit, open the door again and reinsert them back in and close down the lid. And that's the home station fully cleaned. Your Dottie machine is having a hard time returning back home to charge. It might be because there is dirt built up on the charging pins of the home station or the corresponding connections on the back of Dottie. So again, just give them a quick wipe with a baby wipe. Just make sure they're free and clean. From time to time, your spritz or Dottie can get airlocked from lack of use or from not filling the water tank and it's just sucking air for a period of time. I'm going to show you quickly how to unairlock it. Before you turn any of them upside down, is remove the dustbin, and inside you will see 2 water connections. What we have here is a little syringe that you can get in any chemist, or a Calpol bottles would have them. We have a bit of rubber hose, but you can put like a straw or anything of similar size. Just basically fill it with water. Go on to this connection, the one nearest the dust box. You put your syringe on. Syringe a little bit of water until it comes out the other side. That's enough to unairlock the machine. You can then put back on your dustbin with the water attachment in it and then try it again and it will be unairlocked at that point.